thank this princess in name only. This is actually a sales letter. This is a long form sales letter where she uses the Miss Portfield to sell this property. But we're going to go through this because it's an excellent form of showing the language style of one. Well, of a cluster B. Okay. So, okay. She scandalized Washington in the 80s by posing for Playboy, whatever. And now she's basically sticking it to this guy's kids by selling the family estate. And she's feeding off of the energy. I like it, do. This is the reason you need to go to finishing. This is the reason, Lady Markle, you need to leave Hollywood. They're pulling you and saying you don't need to do that, go girl, all this bullshit. She obviously, the difference is she was a non working royal. Her actions obviously did not move the world. It was all about her. You said when you married Prince Harry, you were willing to deal and become a working royal. Granted, Kay Middleton was a royal pain in the ass, and so was the other one. And here's your opportunity to do things and not be just a gold digging, you know. So here's some of the word language that we're gonna go through. Say da 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 da. So this is so she well married well, so to speak. But when you look at, I don't really care about all this. This is actually just to say, as I said, this is mostly a sales letter. And this little picture here is the statement of, well, you can look down on me, but I still got the jewels. No, you're just a gold digger. Now, see, vicious. Yeah, she's a freaking narcissist. I wouldn't be surprised if Mrs. Lewis's husband, I mean, brother, married somebody within this Principia. But and he's going through hell for it. Anyways, Little Hill in Rome, blah blah blah, Genred, blah blah blah. It's what she said here. We're going to look at the line. Liberation of congressional wife. Basically, she's just been a gold digger her entire life. Um, and she's a 3-year-old and now in a 72-year-old body, as they say. And another. She was good at sales. This is a the reason I say this is a sales letter. I was just it's the language in it. There are several. One of these we're gonna go through here. Okay. And she goes, "Oh, no one's ever said that to me. I've been around." And so it's kind of to me back. I was surprised. This is what's called an oblique statement. Actually, that was a dig it towards me. Now, remember, my place is bugged. When I realized the situation, I was talking to myself. I was shocked as anybody else. And then Kennedy took it and ran with it to try to throw me under the bus and say, look, we finally got him to lie. And then, oops, I'm still kind of dealing with the situation. Because remember, my mother told us nothing. Absolutely nothing. Um, so that's what the thing is, learning how to deal with this oblique language of very practiced narcissist or cluster Bs. I pretty much view this person. I'm not a psychologist. I have not sat down and said what she is, and but from my dealing with language and the way of this and the obliqueness of it, and also understanding by growing up with it, that she definitely is using oblique language. And how do you deal with with such oblique language. You're going to deal with it in Hollywood anyways, so either you can choose to deal with it and change the world, or you can just sit there and make, well, I could change from Hollywood, not like this. You have to constantly, if you stay in Hollywood, you're going to have to constantly keep yourself in the spotlight, have to constantly be working, and all this other crap. You know, Jennifer Aniston might be giving you your, if she truly is your friend, she'll still be your friend afterwards. If she's not, yeah, you'll find that out as well. Because this is a lot bigger than you. It is about duty and honor. You said that's what you loved about your husband. By taking that away, you're saying, well, you really were just lying. This is the dig. Everyone in New York calls himself a prince. Blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, they're in New York, dude. Um, oh, she said I didn't do anything. I didn't buy all of those things. Basically, she did buy all those things. She said she was, if she didn't buy the Birkin bags, she was buying something else that's even more exclusive. So what she says here, and besides the fact, a Birkin bag is still, even at high end, is still, it's not custom. It's not custom shoes. Everything now is for her is now custom. Custom shoes, custom dresses, custom everything. So of course she didn't buy the Birkin bags. Her bag was made by a tailor. It was made by a custom person, one off, even more exclusive. Or if it was a Birkin, which she didn't buy, it would have been a Birkin as a one off exclusive, made exclusively for her. So that's how she lies without lying. He was a private person and hesitant about opening his family home, but convinced him to share the villa with the world, or at least to pay occasional private tour. That was all about her, to show off for her. This is what the royal family is trying to avoid, for the most part. Unfortunately, you got Kate, and then you got Camilla, but the construction of all the pomp and circumstances kind of keeps them not construed within a box. But the reality is, you have the last king of England marry an American and abdicate the throne. Now we sit there, we see another American bookend on. It's like a bookend to Queen Elizabeth's life. So you brought back horrible memories for her. She's not gonna the queen because she didn't want to be on the throne. That was not what she thought she was going to be doing. Now, from her perspective, you've taken away her grandson, and she's doing something that is extremely difficult at the ends of her life, ends of her reign, longest served, one of the longest serving monarchs in history. And you can't find the courage to learn how to be a royal, to lift up and uh, make amends for the wrongs that were done. Lift up your people, African and Black Americans, persons of the Commonwealth, the working class. You can't find the courage, which means that everything Middleton said about you and Camilla did to you is right. That's what you're saying. You're saying that they're right. When the reality is, we know that they don't have the guts. Because it did take a lot of guts to work your way up. And maintain most of your heart. Yeah, you do have some covert narcissist tendencies, but still, That's the child stuck in you. And it is terrifying. I totally, yeah. I get it. If there's anyone on this planet who gets it, oh yeah, it's me. But do you do your duty? Do you keep your word? Because this little thing is, you know, she's trying to tell you, oh, you don't have to worry about it. You'll just live wonderfully. Uh, you don't have to worry about anything. Da 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 da. Just you get the money. No, that's not how the royals do it. That might be how the Italian royals might be doing it. But she's sticking it to this dude's kids. She's just really a shit human being. Has always been a shit human being. But she said, well, and I'm not selling her property anymore. Take a billionaire to come get. Fuck you, you dumb wit. Um, not pardoning my language one bit on this one. Because the main difference is your actions will affect the world. You have the opportunity that not just quote um, being a princess. This is not good. But changing the world. To do those things that so many people dream of. Yes, it's difficult, but nothing worthy of anything that is. Nothing that is worthy is anything easy. And if it is, it always ends horribly. Your husband has supported you, but you are not supporting him. You say you love him, but you're not supporting him. You said you are understanding what has to happen when you married him, but you have now broken your word, and now you're trying to throw everyone at everyone else to say, well, oh, I'm too afraid. Just like Madison Orange being too afraid to stand up for herself. But I have always seen throughout my life where women will throw, because they can't deal with their emotions, will throw so much crap at me. This is the same thing. It's easy to throw crap at something to make it look, but when it comes down to really doing the hard thing, where are you? That's the difference between a woman and a girl. Princess Diana became a woman when she decided she was going to be who she was going to be. And I respect that because she was getting hammered by Camilla and Camilla using the press. You got hammered the exact same way. Your husband saw this and he did what every man should do. He protected his wife. But now you aren't protecting your husband because you started to attack him. He's showing serious signs of CPTSD. So you not only was you were starting to throw your emotions at him instead of protecting him. But it's understandable you did not understand. Now you understand. Are you going to be a woman? Are you going to be a duchess, which is above a woman? Which is the strength and the courage to put on your shoulders millions of people, their hopes, their dreams, their weaknesses, and their strengths. I could say for my own position, when I swore an oath to the Constitution, I meant it. It is the only reason I'm still here. I burned myself. I probably I don't expect me to live, and I don't. You thought I was lying and joking, oh, okay, no, I pretty much assumed I'm not going to jail or I'm going to be dead. There's no outs for this. I swore that oath, and I kept my oath, and I'll die with my honor intact. The Queen will send for you. You will learn what it means to be a royal. Afterwards, if you can make it through it, you'll be broken. You'll find yourself in a ball of tears. That's not what matters. Getting back up is what matters. Finding your courage, finding your light is what matters. If you stay in Hollywood and keep running, you'll destroy yourself, your husband, and everything else. And though all the whispers of the women and everything, oh, acting like they're protecting you, no, they're not protecting you. Not in this sense. Because they do not realize what is at stake. They couldn't begin to fathom the weight. And the amount of true courage it will take. But do so, and I'll guarantee you, you will be freer than you ever could have imagined in many ways. You don't have to return to the royal family, more than likely. That will be up to the Queen. But if you do not go through with this, if she calls and you do not answer, you're not even worthy of your own name. And you would have spat not on me, but on your own dreams and your own self. Because when you lie to yourself, you destroy yourself. Courage is the rarest of jewels. Not when it's easy, but when it's the most difficult. Not when everyone is there, but when you have to walk that path alone. Do you have the courage? Your rivals are betting you don't. And so far, you've been proving them correct. The world is watching, and the courageous are waiting for you at the other shore. And few there will be. Who are you, Lady Merkel? Markle? The coward or the Duchess? Or neither? That choice is yours and yours alone.